Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So, in today's video.
Well, I know we've all seen the video. There's a guy walking around asking women, would you rather be stuck in the woods with a man or a bear? Most of the women said a bear. I just want y'all, just hear me out. I just want y'all to slow it down and realize that social media isn't real life. You pull up all these fucking stats. 1 in 6 women will be attacked by a man in her lifetime. Only 1 in 1 million people have a chance to be attacked by a bear. Let's think about this. You live with and walk past in your life probably hundreds of thousands of men. You will probably never walk past a bear, all right? So no shit, okay? I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. The chance that I'm gonna walk up on a Kodiak bear, slim to none ever in life, never. I don't even go to the zoo. Fuck is you talking about? That's one. That's proximity. The way y'all be bringing this shit up is ridiculous. The way that question should have been asked: would you rather be lost in the woods with a bear that wants to kill you or a man that wants to kill you? With a bear that wants to harm you or a man that wants to harm you? So that you could get the real answers. I ain't never hit a woman violently. I ain't never put a violent hand on a woman. I ain't never sexually assaulted a woman. No, none of that. Ever. Now, I ain't never even called a woman out of her fucking name. Not to her face. I think all that is terrible and wrong. But y'all acting like men are scarier than bears? You ain't watched enough nature documentaries, baby. Go watch the one where they trying to get the pictures of that big ass bear and the light from the flash scares him and a startled bear. I swear to fucking God, the earth moved when he got startled. Just go watch a few videos. Boy, you dumb as hell.
Wow. So why don't you just tell the men that this is affecting all of you? Why don't you all have like a meeting where you sit down and you tell your other like men folk, the ones who are doing all of these things, bringing a bad name to all of you, to stop doing that? Why don't you do that? Okay, because you being dismissive and saying, oh, don't say this, don't say it, like hush hush. Not all of us are like that. We all don't do that. It does not mean that 1 out of 6 women have not had an experience of that sort, of like SA and all that with men. Okay, I'm not saying that the stitches are going to come and speak for themselves. All right, women are not making these things up to make men look bad. Okay, women are not willfully choosing the bear over the man. There's a lot of reasons to back this. I am just going to give you numbers: 5 years, 18 years, and 21 years. I'm saying this because I want to bring awareness to the fact that 1 in 6, 1 out of 6 women have experienced some form of SA, okay, or harassment when it comes to men. So if women are saying, oh, we're choosing the bear over the man because men have become more scarier, this is why. So you can gaslight, manipulate, downplay, be willfully obtuse. That's up to you. Okay, but that does not stop the fact that these things do happen to women and children. Okay, I was 5 years old wearing a dress. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, recently there's been a story of this young woman, 19-year-old Sade, who went on a first date with a man who pretended to be in his 20s, but he was in his 30s. They ended up finding her foot in another part of her body. Okay, so while you are out there doing whatever and trying to downplay the whole situation, let that sit with you. Okay, she was 19 on her first date. Her name is Sade. Yeah, so don't let me bore you. Let's get into the video. I'm going to start with some women, then I'll get to the men because there were some sensible men who spoke sense. So yeah, without wasting your time, let's get into the video and don't forget to subscribe.
Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
Man or bear? Beige. Most women chose the bear. At least when a bear attacks you, no one will say, oh, she was wearing a short dress. Oh, she was walking like she wanted it. Oh, she was wearing skimpy tight dress. Oh, she was looking like a harlot. Oh, no one will question that. At least When a bear attacks you, no one will say, "Ah, that's what she wanted." She went in the woods to walk to look for a bear to attack her. At least no one will say, "Ah, how sure are we that she didn't want it?" When a bear attacks you, no one will question whether you wanted it or not. At least when a bear attacks you, no one is going to question your morals, because a bear is an animal. And if the man is, whether the bear is prominent or not, it will not say, "Oh, think about my career. Oh, think about my family. Oh, think about my friends." When it has finished attacking you, don't tell anyone. Think about my friends. Think about my family. Think about me, the pillar of the community. No one will question you about nothing. But if a man attacks you, your credibility will be on display for everyone to question each and everything, every fiber of your being. Besh. Man or bear? Which one are you going to choose as a woman?
1 million people.
Now, let's not be willfully obtuse. You know full well that although a bear is a massive predator, a mammal that can crush you and kill you with not just his weight, his teeth, or his claws, that bear is not pacing through the woods seeking out a woman to hunt for pure pleasure. The bear would see the woman as a threat and would be looking to take that threat out, and would do so by any means necessary until satisfied that the threat was no longer a threat. A man, however, who is in the woods seeking out women is doing so with malice and sadistic intent to stalk, harm, abuse, assault, grape, and or unalive that woman. And for bonus points, he might even kidnap, capture, torture, and imprison that woman back at his residence or his bunker or his cabin for an extended period of time, even years. So perhaps you have not watched enough documentaries. I've seen you mention several times on one of your videos about your belief in how big, massive, and strong you are. But even you can be taken down, tortured, and hurt by the right opponent of a larger size, skill, and power. Correct? So with that all said, unfortunately, even though a bear is a very scary mammal to run into in the woods because he might see you as a threat or a source of food, we know as women that the man is much more sadistic, malicious, and scary to be confronted with, because it wouldn't just be for the kill. It would be for the pure pleasure of doing everything aforementioned to her, just for fun. Don't you find that strange?
Y'all acting like men are scarier than bears? You ain't watched enough nature documentaries, baby.
And y'all acting like bears are scarier than men? Y'all haven't watched enough true crime documentaries, baby.
Definitely a bear.
I agree with these women. If it were me and I was alone in the woods, I would prefer to see a bear than a man. It's not a bear that's roofing women. It's not a bear that is involved in sex trafficking. It's not a bear that women have to fear whenever they divorce that man or break up with that man. It's not a bear. It's a man. I genuinely feel like it should be disheartening for men to realize that so many women would rather take their chances with an animal than one of them. Not all men are dangerous. Not all men need to be feared. But there are so many of you that turned a blind eye to your friend, your frat brother, your cousin, your brother, neighbor. So many men that you know are dangerous and that women should fear, but you say nothing about it. Truthfully, if men were honest and they were alone in the woods, even they would take their chances with a bear than another man.
A woman on this app said, "The bear lives in the woods. A man followed you there." And that's why she would pick the bear. And that's where you guys aren't understanding. The worst thing a bear can do to a woman is kill them. And the only reason why they're unaliving them is because the bear sees the woman as a threat. The bear isn't trying to hurt the woman because the bear wants the woman's body, wants the woman's labor, wants the woman to perform some type of service for the bear. The bear is trying to stay alive. The bear is doing things out of survival. The man, on the other hand, thinks he is entitled to that woman. He is going out of his way to make sure that woman is uncomfortable because that woman did not give him something he feels like he is entitled to. It's not out of survival. It's not out of desperation to stay alive. It's so that he can get what he wants from that woman that he feels that he's not getting. That's why it's always going to be the bear. Because the bear ain't out to get me. The bear is out to protect itself. The man is out to get me.
Watch enough nature documentaries, baby.
You know what's ironic about him asking this question in particular? Right before this part of the stitch I made, he phrased it like this. Would you rather be alone in the woods with a bear that's trying to unalive you or a man that's trying to unalive you? Would you rather be alone with a bear that's trying to hurt you or a man that's trying to hurt you? Which means that in his scenario, both the bear and the man have ill intent. Which one has the bigger brain and would be maliciously attempting to unalive or harm me just to unalive or harm me? 3 guesses, and it's not the bear. The way y'all run into the point as men, because also, and he made this video, he said that women have a 1 in 6 chance of being attacked by a man and like a 1 in a million chance of being attacked by a bear. So saying those statistics, you still didn't get the point of why women would rather take their chances with an animal than a human being who acts like an animal. And when y'all say you're logical, just say you don't really mean it, because 1 in 6 versus 1 in a million, and you are still confused by why women would take their chances with a bear over a man. Women shouldn't be being attacked at all, just for the record. No one should be being attacked at all. But we just found out through this app that a woman named Sade Robinson was unalived and dismembered by a 33-year-old man who lied and said he was in his 20s to get her to go on a date with him. Her very first date. She was 19 years old. And this man hunted her, got her, unalived her, dismembered her, and according to the police, all they found was some unnamed body part and her foot. Now, could a bear dismember a person? Of course they could. They're bears. But they wouldn't be doing so specifically just to harm a woman. Bears would be hunting for food. And unfortunately, because we have encroached on a lot of the forest, we are in their hunting space. So they sometimes see us as a food source. There's no ill intent. There's no malice behind it. There's no sadistic lust to cause harm to a woman, especially a black woman. But this man intentionally, with malice, sought out a woman to harm, unalived her, and dismembered her. And you're sitting there as a grown man acting like, well, I haven't harmed a woman, therefore no woman should ever want to take their chances with a bear because what? You're every man on the planet? Because you assume that because you as an individual haven't caused harm, which I question because a lot of you don't consider the stuff that y'all do harm. So of course you would say you haven't caused harm when you probably don't consider the things that you have done to women harmful. But that's a whole other conversation. I don't know you, so we're not going to assume that you have. We're going to take your word for it and say that you never did. That doesn't mean that women are still safe around men. Not especially when we are more likely to be attacked by a man than by a bear. So yes, we would take our chances in the woods with a bear. Truth, women would rather get taken out by a bear because a bear won't assault our dead bodies the way y'all will if you have access to us. And hopefully if we're mutilated enough, you don't have the option. So yes, gentlemen, y'all have made a circumstance with the other gender to where we are more comfortable risking it with wild animals than with you. And instead of y'all making that our issue, think about what you've done to make women get to this point. Because that's what the real problem is.
Depends what man, but probably a bear. 100% a bear, which is like terrifying to say, but
definitely a bear. Some men are very scary out there.
A bear.
I would say a man.
I'm not even going to attempt to tell women how they should feel or how they should think, but really, have any of them ever seen a bear in the wild? I understand that some men are dangerous and they can be scary, but I genuinely want to know why any of them would assume that the man is going to be more dangerous than a wild grizzly bear. For instance, this woman brought up the statistics that there's a 1 in 2 million chance of you getting attacked by a bear. She then goes on to compare the statistics of a man attacking a woman, which makes no sense because of course a man is more likely to attack you if he interacts with you 1,000,000 times more than you interact with a bear. And then you had comments like, at least the bear would leave you alone if you passed out, which is once again another crazy assumption that a man is automatically gonna mess with you if you passed out. I'm not gonna act like men are innocent though. They can do crazy things just like all humans can. And I do think these women's answers are very telling about the experiences that they have had with men. But these deep-rooted assumptions that are made about men don't only affect random men that may be dangerous or creepy, but also the sons you will have, the brothers you have, the fathers you have, and the uncles. Just food for thought.
Boy, you dumb as hell.
That was a perfect way to end your video because that's exactly how I felt watching it. The reason why women are unsafe around men and the reason why women feel unsafe around men is the same reason why you made this crazy video. Because you'd rather defend men than protect women. Not only that, but we have a lot of methods for avoiding getting attacked by bears. Like the fact that looking big, making noise, and using bear spray can stop a bear attack. But saying no, not looking interested, not giving them the time of day, and being firm with your response does not deter a man attack.
It said a bear.
5 minutes. It would take all of 5-minute conversation, man, if you would just shut the fuck up and listen to a woman just once in your fucking life. You would understand why women would answer those questions the way they do. But you're hiding behind your male privilege. As a male, the odds that you would be SA'd by another male are almost non-existent. It does happen, but it's almost non-existent. Whereas, according to the CDC, 1 in 3 women will have been assaulted. It's something, or at the very least, harassed. If you can't understand, you're not listening. Open your fucking ears.
Okay, so the first guy was saying 1 in 6, and this guy is saying 1 in 3, which is even worse than 1 in 6. And there's this other guy who's talking about, what about your sons, your dads, the men in your life? Like, not all of us are like this. Like, what do you mean? Do you know how many women have experienced, SA from their dads, their brothers, cousins, like the men who were closer to them? Do you know? Well, I know, because I've been through that. Okay, so don't even go there with that. You guys should go and do your homework. Teach your sons, your brothers, your cousins, any man that you know to do better. Send them the video. Tell them this is what women are saying. Women are saying that they'll rather risk it all with a bear than be around us, because that is how they feel about us. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Deflecting and trying to gaslight and shame women into, not talking about things like this is the problem. That is why so many women are losing their lives. In London now, there's been cases of women's bodies being pulled out of bodies or waters. A few months ago, I heard the story of this lady who went for a run and never came back home. Okay, so these things happen on a regular. So stop downplaying it and go do your homework. That's all I'm going to say. Stop enabling your friends. And when they do things wrong, tell them that they are wrong. Stop enabling bad behavior. Stop enabling cheating. Stop enabling them, abusing their wives, their children, their girlfriends, because the more you do things like this, the more you come on the internet and say things like this. Oh, I don't do that. Okay, we don't do that. Oh, we are your brothers and we are your fathers, so don't say this because that means that all men look like that. Go and tell your friends that this is what women are saying, that they'll risk it all with bears than with us. That means that we are doing something wrong and we need to do better. That is what the message is all about. Do better. Okay, stop locking the doors on the women. Okay, stop manipulating, gaslighting, stop emotionally, psychologically abusing women. That is what the message is all about. That is why a lot of women are saying, look, we've checked out. Okay, so you can go on and hide and dodge and do all of that. Or you can take accountability, the same thing that you guys keep preaching to us. Take accountability and do better. Do some inner work, and do better. But anyway, let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section, and I'll see you again with another video.